Today I'm going to talk about something kind of slightly different, but obviously still on topic. I wanted to talk about what a supportive partner looks like. In my time recovering from an eating disorder, I've met a lot of people and talked to a lot of people who are also in recovery and have, talked to them about their partners if they have them and what they're like. And I've been astounded by some partners and how awesome they have been to the people recovering, but I've also come across people who are less than supportive, and I also feel that sometimes people don't realise that their partners aren't actually that great, and that they don't realise that there's a lot more out there that could be much more healthy and equal and just a lot better for them in general, and that they deserve better as well. I feel like I can talk about this and know what I'm talking about because I've had an abusive partner before, and I've also had a partner that was just 100% awesome and really supportive, caring, loving, patient, whereas the abusive partner was not at all any of those things. And the supportive partner was actually with me at the beginning of my recovery efforts. And then after experiencing how supportive he was and listening to other people's experiences with their partners when they're in recovery, it kind of concerns me a lot, because there is something better out there for those people who are not in a great relationship, and sometimes they don't realise that they deserve a lot more, and that it isn't normal or it isn't healthy or equal or brilliant for these people to be saying or doing these things. And I guess you can't really see that until you've had the other end of the spectrum, because I've had both and others in between, and yes, now I feel that I know what a supportive partner really looks like, and I would never settle for anything less now. So I just wanted to relate it to recovery and just talk about some things. I'm sure that the list could go on forever, but I just wrote down the things that came into my mind straight away, what I felt was important. So I just thought that a supportive partner understands that your disease is serious, and a supportive partner would not ever make fun of a mental illness. That, I guess, it's just crucial, because your partner is so involved in your life. They need to understand what you're going through so that they can be there to help you. And even if they don't understand at first, then they would make an effort to understand. No supportive partner would ever mock you or undermine how serious your issue is. A supportive partner would encourage you to eat freely and unrestrictively. They wouldn't try to make you eat in a certain way, like eating really healthy or cutting out a food group or something like that. A supportive partner would not try to restrict what you're eating. I mean, if they've seen what you've been through, there's absolutely no way that they should ever think that restricting anything is a good idea. Obviously, some people can be very confused about what being healthy means. So, obviously they should read the material on Utopia, definitely. If you haven't as well, you definitely need to. Because of diet culture being so ingrained into our society, a lot of people don't really know what being healthy really is. So partners can get confused, but I still don't think that any partner would specifically tell you to cut out certain things or eat in a certain way after seeing you do what you've done to yourself, what the eating disorder has done to you, but I think you know what I mean. A supportive partner would talk to you respectfully about any doubts he or she may have about your recovery method. So if they're doubting the mini-mold guidelines, then they come and talk to you respectfully about it, and not flat out tell you that it's wrong. There's a difference about being concerned and wanting to have the method explained more so that they understand, and outright dismissing your chosen method of recovery. A partner should be supportive of your chosen method and know you well enough that you will pick what is good for you and what is right for you. And obviously if they don't understand some part of it, then they should want to know more and should ask you about it, rather than just dismissing it or telling you it's not right or not healthy or whatever. A supportive partner would want to be involved and helpful, obviously, because they love and care about you. They should want to read the material that you put in front of them, like stuff from blog posts from your Utopia, blog posts from other recoverers, any kind of material, information or books that you want them to read. They're so ingrained in your life that they should be very willing to read so that they understand and can help you in the best way possible. Not having time is not an excuse. I've heard somebody say that their partner doesn't have time, or he says he doesn't have time to read blog posts. Yes, they do. They have, even if you're working or even if you have kids to look after or stuff like that, there's always time to read a blog post. You have time to watch TV, you have time to listen to music, you have time to read books and watch movies and all this kind of stuff. You have 20 minutes to read something that's important, especially when your partner is of the utmost importance to you. You should have time. And they do have time, they're just being lazy and unsupportive. So not having time is not an excuse. Your partner should never body shame you, or anyone else for that matter. They should never put you down in any way, mentally or physically, like anything about your personality or anything about your body. They should not be putting you down. That's abusive. That's not just unsupported, that is abusive. So they shouldn't be insulting you or telling you anything's wrong with your body. That's just, there is no way that any loving, caring partner would criticize your body in any way. They should never tell you that your eating disorder is your fault, ever. Ever. That's just, no, that's not cool at all. They should never blame you for a mental illness, just like they would never blame you for a physical illness. They should never ever blame you for a mental illness. They should never try to control your weight or shape, or what you eat or anything to do with your body. Your body is your body, and you've chosen to recover, and they should be over the moon about that. They should never try and control anything to do with your own body, and it's your choice, and they should respect and fully support what you choose to do with your body. Well, unless you're trying to run into a train, because that wouldn't be good at all. But I think you get the point that they shouldn't be controlling the choices surrounding your body unless it is harmful to you. Although I suppose sometimes they think that what you're doing in recovery could be harmful to your body as well. But after providing them with information and having them read that information, they should then understand what you're doing, and after that you should hear no more complaints, and if you do, then they're not being supportive or encouraging. Supportive partners should provide a shoulder to cry on and an ear for listening. They should be there to support you. They're your partner, so they should be there for you. Obviously, partners can't always 100% be there all of the time. They have to take care of themselves as well, so you have to allow them that. And obviously, it's very, very difficult for partners as well as the person recovering, because the illness will have taken a toll on both of you, and your partners should hopefully be very, very concerned about you and your eating disorder. So they're going to have a lot of emotions as well. They might get frustrated or upset, or angry at the eating disorder, and they may express this, but there's a difference between expressing yourself in a constructive way and expressing yourself in a destructive way. So if they ever try to blame you, put you down, or insult you when they are expressing themselves, then they're not a supportive partner. They can obviously talk to you about how they feel and how it's affecting them, but the blame should not be laid on you as a person. Supportive partners will help you challenge yourself, but they won't try to push you past what you're not comfortable with. They should be encouraging you to move forward and progress with recovery, but they shouldn't be forcing you to do things that you are not yet comfortable doing. They will not make negative comments or judgments, and I guess that goes with the kind of undermining and insulting you. A supportive partner will understand that your body needs to change for you to be healthier and happier. They should love you at whatever weight. I mean, if they love you, then they love you, not what your body looks like. Although they should love what your body looks like as well. I mean, they should always love what your body looks like. And they should never tell you to stop gaining weight. Obviously, some people prefer certain body types, but if they actually love you, they're going to love you whatever, and they will love your body whatever. And they should never try and, as I said before, control your weight or your body shape. That's down to you, and you need to do what you need to do to recover. And if they can't accept that your body's going to change, then they are pretty shit. They should never tell you that you're not hungry. I've seen quite a few people's partners tell them that they're not actually hungry and they're emotional eating, and that's just ridiculous. If you're hungry, you're hungry, and if you feel like eating, you can eat. In fact, even if you were emotional eating, who are they to tell you not to eat anyway? Your intake has nothing to do with them. What you want to eat is your business and not theirs, and they should be encouraging it, really, not in any kind of eating should be encouraged, especially after they've seen you go through hell with restriction. They should never pressure you to look a certain way. I think I'm saying the same thing in a lot of just different ways, but I think it's very, very important that they should never ever dictate how you look. They'd never put their preferences before your health. In fact, his or her preference should be that you're getting healthy and happy. That should be their main goal as well as yours. So if they're not on board with that, then what kind of partner are they? Obviously, as I said, partners can get confused and frustrated, angry and hurt and upset. And sometimes they don't understand what's going on, and that's very normal. But as I said, there's a difference between feeling negative emotions within the recovery process and in response to your eating disorder, and actually being unsupportive and negative towards you and your recovery. Because we all have a lot of feelings and emotions when, the recovery process is going on, or when you're in a restrictive eating disorder. They've lived this with you, and it's going to be very, very difficult. And even if they haven't lived it with you, you're going to be very emotional and unstable, and that can have an effect on them. But there is a difference in having a negative emotional response to that and just being a dick, really. You need someone who is able to be patient and honest and communicate with you respectfully, and also realise that your body is your body, and whatever makes you healthy and happy should be their top priority as well. And that if they try and put their preferences before your health, that is not a good sign at all. If they would rather you go to the gym and eat really healthy to maintain a I don't know, toned and very slim body, rather than seeing you become curvy and happy, there's a real problem there. And I think that they just need to support your decisions. And I think that's what it comes down to is, at the end of the day, your decisions are your decisions. Your body is your body. And they should be supporting that and not trying to get you to do what they want. And with all relationships, communication is key. Communicating with each other respectfully is absolutely key in relationships, especially when mental illness is concerned. You need to communicate your fears and concerns, and also your progresses, and the good things that are going on as well. Everything needs to be communicated between each other, so that you can work on going forward together. And obviously, if you're in a relationship where your partner is not supporting you and in fact putting you down, and just not being helpful and actually triggering you and hindering your recovery, then it's so much easier said than done. But you have to really reevaluate the relationship and see where it's going, and whether you think that it's good for you in the long run to be in a relationship where you're not being fully supported, where you're not being encouraged to work towards health and happiness. I think that says a lot about your partner as well. And just remember that there are people out there that will fully support you in reaching your goal of being healthy and happy. And just remember that you deserve that. You deserve that from everyone. You deserve support in being happy. You deserve support in being healthy. You deserve to recover, and no one should try and stop you doing that. So quite a heavy topic this week, but I just felt that it would be good to talk about it, because it is important, and partners are one of the biggest influences in our lives when we have them. So I do think it's an important topic to discuss. So I hope that helps, gets you thinking at least. I hope everybody is doing well and challenging their eating disorder and telling it to bugger off. And I hope everybody is having a lovely Tuesday. I will speak to you next week.